When people talk about China's rise, they picture skyscrapers piercing the clouds, high-speed trains gliding across cities, and billion-dollar tech empires reshaping daily life. But beneath that glittering skyline lies a quieter story, one built not on steel or silicon, but on secrets, desire, and human connection. It's called Bao Nai, literally, keeping a second wife. In the West, you might call it a mistress. But in China, it's not just an affair. It's a culture, a shadow economy, one that touches love, money, and power all at once. This world thrives in whispers and luxury. It fuels scandals. It drives entire industries. And whether you're a foreigner trying to date in China, or simply curious about modern Chinese relationships, you can't truly understand romance in this country without confronting the mistress economy. To see how it began, we have to turn back the clock. Mistresses in China aren't new. For thousands of years, emperors, generals, and wealthy merchants kept concubines, symbols of success and social rank. Power wasn't just measured in armies or gold, but in how many women a man could claim. It wasn't scandalous. It was status. Then came revolution. Under Mao Zedong, concubinage was banned. The Communist Party enforced one man, one woman, the new moral order. For decades, the idea of mistresses vanished, buried beneath slogans of equality and loyalty. But when China reopened to the world in the 1980s, when capitalism's floodgates burst open, something old began to stir again. This time, it wasn't silk robes and imperial palaces. It was luxury handbags, penthouse apartments, and secret second families tucked away in high-rise towers. By the 1990s, the slang ernai, second wife, became part of everyday talk. People joked half-seriously, if a businessman doesn't have a mistress, is he even successful? What used to be personal became economic. Because Bao Nai isn't just about love or lust, it's an entire marketplace. Think about it. A wealthy man buys his mistress an apartment. Developers profit. He gifts her a European car. The auto industry profits. She shops for designer bags, jewelry, and couture. Luxury brands flourish. Every dinner, every bottle of imported wine, every night at a fine restaurant feeds the system. Sociologists estimate that billions of yuan flow into this hidden world each year. Some analysts even claim that without mistresses, China's luxury goods market would shrink by 20 to 30%. That's how enormous this shadow economy is. It keeps industries alive. But who are these women? They aren't all the same. Some are university students from small towns, drawn to big cities, and caught up in relationships with older, wealthy men. Others are ambitious professionals who realize that attaching themselves to someone already at the top may be faster than climbing the corporate ladder alone. And some aren't chasing wealth. They're chasing security, a second home, a steady allowance, a man who offers stability, even outside marriage. Yet it's a paradox. In a culture where women are pushed to marry young, mistress life can feel like both escape and entrapment. Escape, from small-town judgment or limited opportunity. Trap, because once labeled a mistress, many men will never see them as marriage material. And what about the men? On the surface, it's simple. Youth, beauty, excitement. But deeper down, it's about status. In certain business circles, having a mistress is like wearing a luxury watch, a sign that you've arrived. In China's elite culture, business and pleasure often blur. Deals are made over banquets, karaoke nights, and private clubs. Women are part of that ecosystem, sometimes as hostesses, sometimes as long-term companions introduced by friends. In these circles, a mistress isn't always just a secret lover. She can be a networking tool. You help me find a mistress, I'll help you close a deal. That's how normalized it can become. But every hidden world eventually breaks the surface. Scandals explode, politicians exposed with multiple mistresses, business tycoons undone when a lover leaks confidential information, celebrities caught in affairs that expose just how deeply the mistress culture runs. Some of the biggest shocks came when mistresses began suing for property rights, demanding legal ownership of apartments or gifts from their partners. Courts usually sided with the legal wife, but those lawsuits revealed staggering sums of money moving quietly between lovers. Then came the digital age. On social media platforms like Weibo, anonymous accounts began posting mistress gossip, sometimes exposing government officials in real time. It became clear, In a country obsessed with saving face, the mistress economy had grown too big to stay hidden. For foreigners, this world can be confusing and dangerous. If you're dating in China, you might not even realize this culture exists until you stumble straight into it. Some Chinese women assume foreign men won't play that game, that they'll be more genuine partners. Others see foreigners themselves as status symbols, just like luxury cars or designer clothes. But here's the risk. If you step into casual dating in China without understanding this unspoken culture, you might find yourself used or misunderstood. A woman may test you to see if you can provide the lifestyle she associates with a mistress arrangement. You might think she's falling in love when, in truth, she's negotiating sponsorship. The mistress economy forces China to face uncomfortable questions. If love is supposed to mean trust, and marriage is supposed to mean loyalty, then why is the mistress system so accepted behind the scenes? Some call it corruption, a reflection of greed, power, and moral decay. Others see it as survival, women navigating a society where men still control most of the wealth. Will it disappear? Probably not. It's evolving instead. Today, instead of traditional arrangements, there are sugar dating apps, private online communities, and discreet matchmaking networks that connect wealthy men to potential mistresses. Technology has made it easier, safer, and far more private. And as long as wealth inequality remains vast, this system will endure. It may change its shape, but not its essence. So now, the question passes to you. Is the mistress economy a sign of corruption, or simply another reflection of human desire woven into Chinese culture? If you've lived in China, or know someone who has, have you seen this world up close? What stories have you heard? And what lessons should foreigners learn before stepping into it? Drop your thoughts in the comments.